are all of you doing? Happy Friday evening. So, how was your week? I hope you had a fantastic week and now you're looking forward for weekend, right? Great. So, to have your great weekend and to have your great evening, I would like to add some value in your life. Okay. So before that, I am Tushar Chaudhary. I'm your leadership coach, and I help mid-career people, especially project managers, and I help them to grow as an influential leaders. Okay. So I was working in an entirely in industry for almost last 22 years as a my project management as a profession, and that's why I enjoy helping project managers to grow as an influential leaders. Okay, so today I want to share with you one more leadership insight, and this is something we all have experienced this in our career at different stages of the career. So the today's topic is uh, there is the silent fear of becoming irrelevant at the workplace. Okay, so that's the topic I want to go for today. And let me start with some something very honest with all of you. There is one fear that many mid-career professionals carry silently, and they don't talk about it openly. They don't, share it with anyone. They don't even admit it to themselves. And that fear is the fear of that fear is not failure. Okay, first of all, that fear is this: what if one day I become irrelevant at workplace? Not removed, not insulted, just ignored. So, for example, some of my mentees tell me that, Tushar, there are some meetings happening, but they don't invite me. So meetings happening without you, some decisions happening without you, and in some of the major discussions, important discussions, your opinion is no longer asked. Now, if this thought has crossed your mind even once, I want you to stay with me for this live talk. Okay? Now, I want to go a little deeper into this fear. How this fear shows up quietly. Please note, this fear does not come suddenly, okay? It comes slowly. For example, the juniors picking the things faster than you, the tool change faster than you are comfortable with, the meetings feel more technical and more political. Yeah, you start saying, yeah, earlier it was not like this, now the things have changed, people have changed. You reduce participation to stay safe. Yeah, this is how the fear coming slowly. See, at the outset everything looks okay, but inside your confidence slowly quietly dropping. The one book that helped me understand this situation more deeply, that book name is called Mindset, and that was by Carol Dweck. So Carol Dweck explained that when people move from a growth mindset to a fixed mindset, they stop learning and they start protecting their image. And that's where the irrelevance starts. Do you agree with me? I want you to type yes in the comment section. The book name is Mindset by Carol Dweck. Now I'll share with you a real workplace example from my project leadership work example. Here I was leading a project where the new tools were introduced. Client expectations changed so quickly, and the younger team members were experimenting more. Okay, but one senior team member who was very experienced, very dependable. But I noticed something slowly. He stopped speaking much in the meetings. He avoided new tools. He stuck only to what worked earlier. And one day he told me very privately, Tushar, I think I feel I'm slowly becoming outdated. And that line really stayed with me. Actually, he was not weak, he was not even careless, he was just afraid of becoming irrelevant. And that's when I realized irrelevance is not about age. It's about you stopping adapting the things. So let me say this with a very I don't want to use blunt, but let's say very direct way. See, irrelevance does not happen because someone replaces you. It happens because you slowly stop replacing your own old habits. You stick to those old habits. You stick to that old mindset. Again, the one book that explains this simply is, if you have read this book, Who Moved My Cheese? Have you read this book? Fantastic book. If you haven't read it, please read it. This one book, this explains the entire concept very simply. The message was very clear in this book, Who Moved My Cheese, in that book. The change will happen with or without your permission. Okay? People who move with change stay relevant. People who wait for comfort get left behind. Yeah? So, how can we really handle this situation? So, I'm going to share with you three behavioral shifts that will help you to deal with this situation. So I'll go a little deeper into this topic of three behavior shifts, and I'll tell, and then we'll see what exactly come out of it. If you silently fear becoming irrelevant, these three behavior shifts matter more than skills or certificates. So the first behavior shift you should be having is, you should move from comfort zone to curiosity. See, most experienced professionals operate from comfort level. So how does comfort sound like? Like, I know my area well. I'm working here for last more than 10, 15 years. I know how this industry works. I know how this client works. I know how this projects to be submitted. This is not my responsibility. Let juniors handle new things. This is comfort. But curiosity sounds different. Curiosity asks, what is the new thing can I learn this quarter? What is the new perspective I should be knowing about? What is the blind spot I'm going to overcome in this quarter? You know, you don't need to master a new tool. Just understand why your team is using it. You don't need to become an expert. You just need to stay interested. Yeah. So curiosity keeps experience alive, and comfort slowly kills relevance. Do you agree with me? Again, please type yes in the chat, in the comment section. That was the first behavior, comfort to curiosity. Now, the second behavioral shift you should be looking for is shift from experience mindset to experimentation mindset. See, experience often says, I know this will not work. But the experimentation says, yeah, okay, let's test it once. This shift is very important. See, instead of saying this approach failed earlier, I have did it in the past also, it will not work now. Rather than saying this, just say, okay, let's try a small pilot and see how it goes. So leaders who stay relevant don't pretend to know everything. They create space to test and learn. Again, one book that explains this beautifully is The First 90 Days. So Watkins explained in this book that every new phase needs fresh learning and not old confidence. So experience without experimentation becomes outdated knowledge. Agree with me? Yeah? Now the third behavioral shift you're looking for should be is, you need to shift your behavior from silent presence to visible contribution. And this is the most dangerous trap. See, many mid career professionals reduce visibility, is safe. They think, let me not speak unnecessarily. Let me not look foolish. If I say something, what people will think about, let others talk first, and then I'll add my opinion. Here is the truth: silence does not protect relevance. Silence actually amplifies irrelevance or accelerates irrelevance. So, example, you speaking once in meeting is enough. Asking one good question is enough. Sharing one insight is enough. So visibility is not a noise, it's a contribution. If if people don't hear you, they why would they will follow you? They slowly stop thinking of you. Don't you agree with me? Yeah. So, three behavioral shifts which I shared with you. The first one is to move from comfort to curiosity. Second, you have to move from experience to experimentation mindset. And the third, you have to avoid silent present to become more into visible contribution. Yeah. So, let me close this live talk with this understanding. You don't become irrelevant because of age. You become irrelevant because of stagnation. See, the workplace does not reject experience, it rejects unchanging experience. Agree? So, mid career growth is not about proving your past value, it's about renewing your relevance. How do you find this live talk? I want to hear your feedback on this one. Now, if this talk created some bulb on for you, I want you to comment relevant in the comment section. Now, if this talk has really touched you or give you some value addition, I want you to like it, comment to it, share it, or repost it. And in case you are already experiencing that you are feeling irrelevant in the workplace, I want you to please talk to me. Book a one-to-one session with me. The link is in the comment section, and you also can find that on my LinkedIn profile, or you can join my WhatsApp group. The link is also in the comment section. Okay. So, with this note, I am Tushar Chaudhary, your leadership coach. I'm going to sign off today. Okay. And I'll come up with a new leadership insight tomorrow. Stay tuned with me. Have a nice evening. Have a nice weekend also. And God bless you. Take care of yourself.